Dear sisters and brothers, good day to you. Today we are celebrating the first Sunday of Advent. And the theme of our meditation is the watch as remedy for the surprise of the end. Jesus says, "Watch therefore, for you do not know what day he will come." Matthew chapter 24, verse 42. First, what's the background of the invitation to watch? How do prophetism and apocalypticism and the Old Testament combine? Secondly, what are the consequences of an Adventist spirituality for us? And last point, how to live an Adventist spirituality in Africa today. The first point, the background of being watchful, goes back to the prophets of the Old Testament, especially Ezekiel, when he defines the prophet as being a watchman. The vocation and main function of the prophet is to be watchful, like the guard in the city, where they have to be watchful to see the move of enemies, soldiers, and to warn the city so that the city may get ready and be prepared against any aggression that may happen at any time. But in Matthew chapter 24, this watch is combined with elements of the end of time, the end of the world. And those events are also ones. They are fearsome events. And the problem is we do not know exactly when these things will happen. And therefore we are called to vigilance. Like in the case of the flood, with the salvation of Noah, that serves as a foundation for the thought of the end of the world. And the surprise effect is explained by the ignorance of the day of the Lord. But this ignorance is ambiguous. In fact, it can lead to a faithful and good life, whereby, knowing the end, we take care of one another. We try to live out deeply our every time that remains to us. Because we know that everything has an end. And the only way to escape the day of the Lord is to be found watchful and doing good deeds for the salvation of humankind. So the only remedy left to us is to be watchful and to be good. Second point is, what are the consequences of an Adventist spirituality? They can be twofold and contradictory. Some may react negatively to this by living a life of disorder, by not respecting brothers, by having a careless life, drinking, sex, and mistreating brothers and sisters. But we can lead a real life, a wise life, when we know that the end is near, and we can serve God and our sisters and brothers with fear and trembling. In principle, the prospect of the end set us free to live a better and deeper life. Third and last point, how can we watch out in today's Africa? First, we have to be careful about the so-called spirituality of prosperity. The gospel of prosperity instead of keeping us watchful, can be a serious sleeping tablet for us, where we reduce all the expectation of our lives here on earth to the problem of health, development, and social promotion, as if this world will have no end. Let us pray. Lord, give me the grace of being watchful. Give me the grace of prayer, of fasting and almsgiving, to be active in duty of charity, so that when you come back, you may find us faithful to your word and to your service for the promotion of justice and peace in our world. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel free.